guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about real estate in Medellin. You guys who don't know, I used to do real estate back in the States. I was an agent for a year and a half. Real estate is a question that I get a lot, so I wanted to talk to a professional, a trustworthy agent who has a lot of people who have worked with her already, who can vouch for like her work ethic and stuff.
I am the founder and real estate agent from the Conecta Realty. We have been here in the city for 3 years already, and our focus, our main market is the foreign market. More or less the 80% of our clients are people from US and from Canada.
Okay. And why is it a good idea to invest in Colombia right now, specifically Medellin?
Okay, Medellin is a city, it's a very special city. It's a city that had a very hard story from the past.
Right.
We had such a bad moments, and then we reinvent ourselves through many things.
Right.
One of the things was the art, the music, the culture.
Yes.
So people started to create another vibe, another environment inside. So I think that's something that people who come from abroad appreciate that.
Yes.
We are very inclusive people. Like everybody
true.
that comes to Medellin, I think that it feels like home.
Yeah, I think it's Colombia in general. Colombians are very welcoming people.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Here the weather is perfect. We have a 22 degrees average the whole year round.
Yes.
We have our trees. It's very green.
Yeah.
Here our transportation system is amazing.
That's
we
true.
have a very good health care.
Yes.
Also right now Medellin is promoting a lot of tech. So here you can see a lot of things happening around blockchain, around AI.
AI, yes.
Like a city that is bringing a lot of people with new ideas, a lot of entrepreneur people.
Yeah.
The city also, the mayor is promoting that ideas. So I think it's a city when you can find many possibilities and opportunities to work and do nice things.
You think Medellin is on its way up, or do you think it's already booming, or it's going to boom in 5 years from now?
I think we are now in that way of booming, but I think in 5 years from now, I think Medellin is going to be one of the most popular cities in South America. I totally believe that.
I already think it is the most popular city.
Yeah.
Because I've been to like Peru, I've been to Ecuador, I've been to the other places. A lot of people like traveling to Peru just to see Machu Picchu and just kind of see, but to live, it's almost always Colombia. It's specifically Medellin, it's really popular.
Yes,
so.
Medellin has this magic that everyone that comes here wants to stay here.
Yeah, that's true.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think it's like a spell, you know. And no, so I totally get it. You're from Medellin.
Yes.
What are the things that you love about the city? Why do you like living here?
I love the people. That's one of my favorite things. Like every day I am like, oh my God, this is my people. Like people here take care about the people.
Right.
And this is something very nice.
Do you think that's just specifically in Medellin, or is it Colombia in general?
I think in Colombia in general, but Medellin most of it. Like our characteristic is that we are very hospitalitarian people. Like we want to host.
Right.
So
I can see that. Yeah, I think it's the paisa culture in general.
Yes.
I'm very spoiled because I live in Manizales, and the paisa culture there is very, very strong. But I have seen that here in Medellin too. Okay.
I love how do you say, the skyline of Medellin, the view. Like I grew up here, but I'm still like amazed with the views that we have.
Yeah, it's true. And the cool thing about Medellin is that no matter where you are, you can be in the middle, and you see the view, all the buildings on the hills, and you be on the hill, and you see the whole valley. So it's beautiful everywhere.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is the process like buying a property here? Is it very difficult? Because from what I see, working with real estate agents, working with lawyers, there are a lot of scams here in Colombia, and I got scammed from a real estate agency and a lawyer actually. So what's the whole process like, and what is it? How do you find like trustworthy people to work with?
Okay. The process here, you want me to start with the process?
Yes.
Or with the mitigating the fears that you could find?
Let's do the fears first, and then we'll talk about the process.
Okay, I think the first thing here is to find a reliable person. There are many ways to find them. Like you can go through the expat groups. Through the expat groups of the city, where you can ask for some recommendations, and people that already bought some properties can give you an advices of some good realtors that you can work with. That is a good source.
Do you think it's true that it's hard finding good workers or real estate agents here?
I think so. I think so because we are, as I was telling you before, we are a very informal market still. Like we are 20, 30 years behind the MLS and the system that you have in US. I think we are in a good way. We are improving now the process. But sometimes here the people is very relaxed with following up, so they don't answer the email, they don't answer the call. Sometimes you call to see a property that is in Finca Raíz, which is the website where almost all the properties are, and the property is not available now, so the listings are not updated. So people sometimes they don't take it serious. They don't take it serious. So I think that's one of the difference that I have because
Está bien, no te preocupes, no te preocupes. Sí, está bien, está bien.
I like to be very professional in what I do, so I like to follow up, I like to answer the emails, and like I have very good standards in the service that I do, conserving or keeping the values of our city.
Perfect, yeah, and I actually got recommended to her from one of my subscribers who has bought 2 properties with her. You bought 2 properties with her? Yeah, and the experience was good both times, so.
Another thing that is very important is to find a real estate agent that speaks English. Here in our city, not everybody speaks English. Actually, right now the people is starting learning, but it's not very common that a real estate agent speaks in English. So you need that. You need a person that gets to know the market, that really know the market, and can understand very well your needs, so you don't waste your time. So when you go and see properties, you are really seeing what you are looking for. And that means money, that means time, so that means efficiency, and that's what you want.
I love that. I love what you're saying. And how do you think you can tell if somebody's a good real estate agent or not?
Okay. For me, a good real estate agent is the one that get to know you very well first, like get to know you as a person, what are your needs, and can connect you with what really you are looking for. Also, another big difference is that a good real estate agent go with you through all the process. From the beginning till the end. Like for example, that's what we do in Interconnected Realty. We always understand the needs of our clients. We start sending some listings so they can tell us, I like this one, I don't like this one, I want to see this one. Then we schedule a real estate tour. We go and check the properties. Always the first tour that we do for us is very important because it's the first opportunity to get to know the client, what he's looking for through, because you know, when you see, sometimes they can tell us, I'm looking for this budget, I like these characteristics, but then when we go and see the places, that's when we can realize literally what they are really looking for.
That's true. That's true. A common fear that a lot of foreigners have is that they'll say that I have a budget of 700, right? But they don't want to say the budget up front because a lot of times if I say 700, you'll show me more expensive property so you can make more money, right?
That's a very important point that you are talking about, because a lot of foreigners that come to Colombia, they are afraid of getting gringo price. So that's also something that we always talk to say, like, no, don't worry, the listings, the prices that we have of the listings are the prices that are put in from the seller, not from us. But there is something also very special. Here, sometimes you can find one listing in one website from one price, in another website from another price, in our website for another price, because the seller sometimes also says different prices to each agent. So sometimes it's confusing, but if you have a reliable real estate agent, he can lead you through a, how do you say, clean negotiation.
Do you here, can you represent both parties? Can you represent the seller and the buyer, or you can only represent one?
Here we can represent both parties. I do it sometimes, usually. I know in US is very rare because
it depends on the country. It depends on the city. So what's the process like?
If you're a foreigner and you want to come to buy in Colombia, the first thing that you have to have ready is your money. Because here to get loans for foreign people is almost impossible. So get your resources ready in US. Then you go through the process to open a broker account. I don't know if you want me to mention what is the broker.
Which one do you guys use? Like I hear Alianza a lot.
We are working right now with Acciones y Valores only.
Oh, okay.
Acciones y Valores is the best. They are super fast, efficient,
Okay.
and they are the cheapest too.
And so what kind of fees do they charge to transfer the money over?
They charge you 0.6% is their fee, plus 0.4% of the fee of the system, the financial system.
Oh, so it's like 1%.
Of the money that you bring.
Okay.
So for open that broker account, you will need to send them some information. First of all, they will ask you for your bank statements.
Of course, yeah.
Then they will ask you for your tax report of the last year, and then they will ask you for a letter of your employment to show what do you do.
But what if you're self-employed? Like most of the people that come here are self-employed.
Yes, it's true. In that way, you can do just your own letter.
Okay.
And just talk about what do you do, what do your company do, and what is your wage, average wage every month.
And is it super important to show that, or because what if people just want to arrive, they have the money and they want to buy it, or no, you have to do the whole process?
Well, it's very important to do that because Colombia is very popular for laundry money. We have a bad reputation in that way. So our financial system takes care a lot about that. So that's why they do a due diligence of where your incomes come from.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Okay, so once you bring the money over, there's a 1% fee, and then do you have a Colombian bank account or no?
I do, but I got the Colombian bank account after you purchase the property, then you get a visa, and then you get a cedula. After the cedula,
You got your bank account.
Yeah.
So your visa is the real estate one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Cool. How long did they give you for that, or is it indefinite?
Nowadays, it's up to 3 years.
Okay, I see. And then after you just have to renew it.
Yeah, you just have to renew it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Cool.
If you invest here in Medellin or in Colombia, 90,000 US dollars, you will have the possibility to apply for a migrant visa.
Okay.
That migrant visa lasts for 3 years, and after those 3 years, you can just renew it. But you have to keep your property those 3 years.
What if you? But if you sell it and you buy a new one, do you have to apply for a new visa, or you can still use? Let's say, right? So his property, he's here. He sells it in 2 years, and he buys another property. Does he have to reapply for a new visa, or he can keep the same one?
He can keep the same one.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
And it's just that one. Like it used to be another one that it was an investor visa, and for that one you had to invest 165,000.
That's no longer.
But they changed it. They changed
no
it in
longer
October, and it's no longer working.
I see. Okay, cool.
Yes.
What's the market like right now here? I've heard that it's really hot, but in the United States, the market was hot for the last few years, but now it's like going down. What does it look like here in Colombia right now?
Okay, I see the market very hot now. A lot of foreign people is coming to buy here.
Okay.
I think the power of buying is attracting more people from abroad.
Yeah.
Of course, our exchange rate right now is very affected.
Yeah.
So it's perfect timing for foreign people to buy here.
Okay. And what areas do you recommend foreigners live in? Most foreigners that I've seen, they come here to Poblado. I personally think Laureles is way better, but what's your opinion?
Okay, I live in El Poblado, and I love to live in El Poblado. A lot of foreigners love El Poblado. El Poblado has a lot of restaurants, amazing nightlife, good bars. A lot of foreigners, they live here, so people that comes from abroad, they want to be connected with foreigners too.
Yes, that's true.
So I think that's a special thing of El Poblado. El Laureles is different in that way. Laureles is more local vibe.
Yes.
Actually, Laureles you find more older people.
That's true. And it's all flat as well, which is nice.
It's
There's a lot of people
flat.
biking,
You can
patinando.
walk. Yes,
it's really
it's
nice.
super fun. Yeah.
Nice. Would you recommend foreigners solo, like just those two barrios, or do you also recommend like Envigado, Itagüí, Sabaneta? What's your opinion on those parts?
It depends a lot of the taste and way of living of each of the people that comes here. I think Envigado has a lot of potential too, and it's a very good neighborhood. A lot of locals live there.
Yeah.
A lot of very nice buildings, very modern, very well done.
It feels like a pueblo, like almost, right? It has a pueblo feel.
It feels like a pueblo, yes. It's a little bit cheaper too. The fixed costs are cheaper too.
Right.
So there are another possibilities for people that don't have a big budget.
Okay, yeah.
What else? Sabaneta is also a very nice town. It's a small town that grow in a ridiculous way.
Yes. Right.
It grows like the town is like literally one block, one square, and it's full of buildings. It's like one of the most populated towns of the country.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when I first came to Colombia, I went to Sabaneta, and I liked it a lot because it just feels so local. Nobody speaks English there.
It's super local.
Yes, but I think now, 3 years later, I think it's probably different. I know a lot of foreigners that are looking to live in Sabaneta
Yes,
too. Yeah,
yes, yes.
Nice. Okay.
Also cheaper, so.
Yeah, way cheaper.
When you have ready your broker account, you just can send your money to a bank account in Citibank in US, and then this broker bank will do the conversion for you to be ready to pay your property here. So that's one very important thing for you is if you want to buy here a property, to have your resources ready and your account ready. After that, we can start looking for your property. So you tell us what are you looking for, what neighborhood do you want, or if you don't know very well the neighborhoods, we can talk you a little bit about them so you can understand the differences. And then we'll start sending you some listings. You decide what you want to see. We'll schedule a real estate tour, and we'll start looking for some properties.
Yeah. So go ahead. Sorry. It's like the US. It's pretty much the same. Yeah.
When we find the property that you like, what we do is we proceed to do an offer. So we start the negotiation part. We have a price agreement.
Yes.
And we also negotiate the terms, like the timing, when it's going to be the down payment, when it's going to be the closing.
How long does it take to close here?
It's in average 1 month and a half.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Yes. So, closing. So the first thing that we do is we sign a letter of intention. This letter of intention will, how do you say, will separate. You say separate?
Put it on hold. Put it
on hold. That's the word. They put it on hold, and usually that letter of intention, you sign it with 5 million pesos, and after that we started with the legal team to do a process of the study of the titles.
How much is all of the legal fees cost?
The legal fees is in average between 1,000, 1,300 US dollars.
And then the commission, the seller pays, right? Does the seller pay for the commission, or does the buyer have to pay the commission?
Yes, the seller is the one who pays the commission. Here is the 3%.
And is it 1.5 on the buyer and 1.5 to the seller?
Yes, usually it's like that.
Perfect. Yeah. So it's just like the US.
Sí.
Good. Let's say I want to buy a property. Is it better for me to make a higher offer, or do I offer lower than listing price? What does the market look like now?
Here the prices here is always negotiable. So you always put an offer lower to the listing price. I have had like 3 experiences where are like properties that are very demanded, and I have like a counter offers. So like 3 people offering for that place. So in that way they just do an offer above that, above the listing price. But the normal thing is that the people do an offer down to the asking price.
Perfect.
Yes. Then there is another important thing to get to know, and it's about the closing cost. So here, when you finalize all the process of buying, you're gonna pay 1.7% in average for the closing cost. So
and is that split between the buyer and the seller, or just the buyer pays that?
That 1.7% is just for the buyer, but the seller has to pay almost the same, 1.7%.
I see.
Yes. Another important thing is that here there is no escrow. I know in US you use an escrow, that is the person who holds the money till the end, till you get the property and they do the payment. Here that doesn't exist, so you basically do each payment directly to the seller. So there is one down payment that you do. There is one payment that you do when you sign the purchase agreement. The purchase agreement is the initial contract where you put down all the conditions of the deal, the price, the timing, what is included, what not, the fine of the business. So when you do that, you pay between 30%, 10%, 30%.
Have there been cases where they pay the seller and then the seller like se le roba, like takes the money? Or
It have never happened to me, thank God. But there is always a risk.
yes, okay. I see.
Like I am very lucky. Like I work with a very good people.
Okay.
I feel like I am surrounded with a very good energy.
Okay, I see.
So yeah.